Robert, now that we're about 2 months into this COVID crisis, it seems like the data is finally catching up to our current reality. Specifically, personal income was down in March, but then up in April. Can you explain more about that?
Yes, Susan, reality is really a moving target at this point, and the data is getting whipsawed all over the place. The April income numbers were way up, over 10%, and that was fortified by the fiscal package, the checks to households, and also by the increased unemployment insurance benefits. And so we saw a big pop to personal income up over 10%. At the same time, consumer spending, though, consumers held on to the money, and consumer spending went down over 13%. And so we have to ask, where did that extra money go? Well, it went into savings. The savings rate shot up to over 30%. So households got a big pop of money, but they held on to it, anticipating more economic stress to come. And so a lot of moving parts in the economy right now as we transition from April into May.
Robert, you were talking about people holding on to money and not spending. We saw the data for durable goods come in, and it seems like computers and electronics were spared.
That was the one sector of the economy in the durable goods report that really showed any signs of life, and that makes a lot of sense as companies are spending on communication technology, and we're all trying to do these virtual events. But most sectors of the economy, the industrial economy, saw new orders for durable goods falling in April, and also shipments fell too. And the shipments data feeds right into the GDP calculation. So the combination of weak consumer spending and weak shipments really guarantees a historic weak second quarter GDP print we'll see in a couple more months.
Robert, another area where we are seeing some positive signs, housing, and you mentioned a hot streak for mortgage apps.
Yes, Susan, that's been the bright spot in the economy. We've seen mortgage apps for purchase, that's purchasing new and existing homes, up now 6 weeks in a row. New home sales for April did not fall. They came up slightly, but that leveling out from a dip in March was a very nice thing to see. And so housing right now is emerging as one of these maybe early hotspots, early winners for the economy on the other side of this crisis, as households seek to take advantage of very, very low interest rates to lock in those home purchases. And that could be something that really helps us pull out of this later this fall.
Robert, let's touch on the unemployment claims. We see those numbers trending down, but still very significant.
Yeah, Susan, those popped up to over 6 million new claims a week about 2 months ago now, and that was just an astronomical number. And now they're down to about 2 million or so new claims per week, still an extremely high number, but that trend down from 6 to 2 million is very, very positive. And as we get into the June data with initial claims, it comes out every week on Thursday morning. As we get into the June data, I think we're going to see that trend continuing to go in the right direction, reflecting states opening up at different levels and different paces, but generally opening up and pulling those workers back into the workforce.